What's going on, guys? Gunnar here from Bert's Black Widow Harley-Davidson and Bert's Barracuda Harley-Davidson, where today we will be taking a look at the Softail Heritage. The Softail Heritage takes the luxury that the touring models provide and slaps them onto a Softail frame. It comes with a windshield, a passenger seat, and saddlebags built right into it. And this year has the option of the 114 Milwaukee-Eight. The Heritage has seen its fair share of reworks in the past. The iconic studded bags have gone from a few metal studs to a ton of metal studs, back to a few metal studs, and now have this very modern look with the black studs. Since the model's debut in 1986, the engine has gone from the Evo to the twin cam and now the Milwaukee-Eight. And of course, the suspension has gone from the hidden frame mount shocks to the monoshock system that all the Softails now have. It's also worth noting that we've come to a very dark era in the Heritage's history with an almost completely blacked out engine. Still less than some other models, the Heritage has a blacked out primary cover, blacked out cam cover, and blacked out headlamp. However, the exhaust, pushrod covers, and a few other parts are still chrome. It would seem that Harley is now taking on this sort of writer's demand of more black. Imagine it's 2052. China has just established a colony on Mars, which means they beat us. Harley-Davidson has just released the lithium-ion hoverglide, which would look something like this. And it just so happens to be the same year that I can withdraw my IRA, given that they're not bankrupt. As you stroll through a bookstore with going out of business signs, you come across the history of Harley-Davidson, a 17-part series. As you flip through part 12, you come across the 2017 to 2020 era of Harley-Davidsons. This will probably be the weird part in Harley's history where for some reason riders wanted a completely blacked out motorcycle. As the chrome-loving demographics slowly get replaced, the motorcycles start to reflect the demands of the rider, which is where we are in 2018. Being one of the more popular Softail models, the Heritage comes in a lot of colors. Of course, you got your vivid black, the new rawhide, which is a dark brown, kind of looks like a well-done steak. You got your wicked red and twisted cherry, your dual red, rawhide, and vivid black, which looks like a burnt steak. Two new colors, the billiard blue and billiard white. Kind of has that nostalgic look. Electric green, which is the motorcycle that we have today. Now this windshield is detachable, so if you can imagine this bike without the windshield, it looks a lot sportier. However, if you are riding a long distance, it is a very tall windshield, so it does give you all the protection from the wind that you would want, as well as bugs and other things. Birds. We have one in the showroom. We're going to go take it out for a test ride and see how it feels. Oh, you're just doing it. Oh. In case you guys want to redline it, you can go up to 130. Wouldn't recommend it though on a stock engine. When you toggle through this button right here, you can go in between your miles remaining, your time, RPM and gear, and your miles. Then you have your trip as well, trip A, trip B. In my opinion, the Heritage is the most comfortable Softail, and it's built like that. It has raised handlebars, big fat seat, and forward controls with floorboards instead of pegs. The windshield does provide a nice buffer, shooting wind over the rider's head, which is nice if you're trying to avoid the fatigue of being constantly hit by the wind. This model comes standard with ABS, security, and cruise control. A lot of times when we go on a customer test ride and I try to show them how to work the cruise control, the response is, I'll worry about that later, I don't want to worry about it. And it's really quite simple. It's not as complicated as some people think. And you just toggle this button on the left side handlebar, and to set it, you flip it downward. The bike really stays nice and centered. If I were to lean one way or the other, the bike would lean. And you can disengage it by either pulling in the clutch, pushing the throttle forward, and of course if you step on your brakes, it disengages it as well. The Heritage is perfect for someone who wants a touring model, but doesn't want something as heavy as an Ultra or a Street Glide. I also find it a bit easier to handle. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you next time.